a great athlete and champion. And now, this is a stellar moment of this presentation in Mexico City in the installations of TV Azteca. The man who has changed boxing in Mexico. This man who generates huge audiences, the best pound-for-pound fighter, Saúl El Canelo Álvarez.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you so much.
Quiero agradecerle
First,
大家好，老师从业中医男科30余年，帮助了数千名海内外华人朋友通过中药调理重回男性雄风。如果你也存在房事时间短、勃起无力、硬度差、中途疲软、肾虚、前列腺炎等问题，现在就加中医老师微信574-993-200，纯中药，一人一方，治根治本，帮助你持续坚挺20至40分钟，补肾壮阳，延时助勃，彻底告别快男软男。记住微信574-993-200。
And what I do want to communicate to you is that what I want to do is to be an example for the kids and for young people. If you dream a dream, you can make it true. Whatever it is, if you visualize it, you can get it. Thank you and see you on May the 4th. As you know, I will do my best. I will prepare myself to the fullest. I know what a challenge and opponent Danny is, but I will be ready to win this fight this May the 4th for Mexico to come back as a champion, as the unified middleweight champion of the world. Thank you very much.
Bueno, pues ahí están las palabras de Saúl Canelo Álvarez.
Prácticamente
Canelo Álvarez. Todos se han dejado un gran mensaje en torno
Thank you, gentlemen, for your messages. We do know what to expect in this fight on May the 4th in TV Azteca and on the Zone platform in the U.S. and the world. In this moment, we do have an opportunity to ask questions. If someone wants to ask a question, please say the name of your media, your name, and ask your question. Thank you. I am Jorge Morales. I come from W World Colombia.
The main reason why Canelo decided to face Golovkin after he saw that someone was able to compete toe-to-toe against him.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that question? Sorry about that.
No problem. My name is Jorge Morales from W Radio of Bogotá, Colombia. And my question is that if you think that you are the main reason why Canelo decided to face Gennady Golovkin, because maybe he realized that someone was able to stand in front of him toe-to-toe for 12 rounds in a ring.
That's really not for me to say. I mean, that's for you guys to make that assessment, but I definitely, in my opinion, gave the blueprint to defeat Gennady Golovkin. So whether or not he followed that same game plan, we don't know. I mean, I have a different style from from Canelo, so yeah, I can't really answer that, but at the same time, I'm just glad I have this opportunity, and I look forward to bigger and better things in the near future.
José Luis Camarillo from El Esto. This is a question for the DAZN people, for Oscar de la Hoya. Now it's going to be very cheap to see these big fights. It's amazing that with $10 you will be able to see this fight in the US. But here in Mexico, even the videos Golden Boy publishes, or the Zone USA, they publish them on Twitter. We cannot see them because they are blocked. In Mexico, we do not have access to this material. But there is so much interest that I think it would be great for the Zone to enter Mexico. to give us the chance to see these huge, big fights.
From a zone perspective, we're committed to delivering the best possible value to fight fans in the markets we're in, and that's what we're focused on right now. I represent North American business in the US and Canada, and our focus is on those markets and the markets we're in right now. That's our focus at the moment.
En este momento estamos enfocados en los mercados que
In this moment, we are focused on these markets.
Estados Unidos y Canadá, pero ahorita solamente son esos mercados. Gracias por su pregunta.
And we're very committed to working in partnership with our friends at TV Azteca to deliver the best possible broadcast experience for fans in the US and in Mexico on May the 4th.
Lo que sí les puedo decir, estamos totalmente en una alianza con nuestros amigos de TV Azteca para traer las mejores peleas a nivel mundial acá a México por TV Azteca.
Y completamente gratis, solo sintonizando Azteca 7.
Buenas tardes a todos, mi nombre es Agustín Juárez de Saturday
I am Agustin Juarez of Saturday Night Boxing. I have one question for El Canelo, one question for Danny. Saul, we do know that it is not good for you to say that you are going to win, but we do know that you could become the unified middleweight champion of the world. What would you like the best to fight Gennady Golovkin? And for Danny, I have another question.
I know that you're also a friend of Mr. Sandri. Would you be interested in unifying all the division, or would you be looking forward to a rematch with Gennady Golovkin? Gracias.
About your question, whomever is there, my commitment now is on this May the 4th. All my respect for this fight, for Danny. My complete effort will be focused on this fight. I do want to win these 4 titles.
Well, I think it would be injustice to look forward to any other fight after, before my bout with Canelo. Canelo is a tremendous champion, and I know he's a great talent that I have to respect. I can't put myself in a position after what's not seen, because we don't know. In boxing, anything can happen. I'm sure I'll be victorious, but like I said, it's very disrespectful to look ahead when you're facing such a champion.
Sería una falta de respeto ya empezar a pensar más adelante, especialmente cuando tengo un rival como es Canelo Álvarez enfrente. Estoy seguro que voy a ser victorioso, pero ahorita su respeto y la pelea es el 4 de mayo.
Miguel Garcia for El Esto Online. Saul, some years ago, May the 5th, September 15, belonged to a Mexican boxer like Floyd Mayweather. What does it mean for you to recover these dates, especially when you're going to fight Danny Jacobs on May 5th weekend? For me, it's a true honor to fight on these dates. It fills me with pride, and I do understand the responsibility I'm assuming, because I know I am representing Mexico and an important date. Erika Montoya for Milenio Canelo. I would like to know if you see Danny Jacobs as a true threat, especially after knowing he's a bone cancer survivor. What I know is that he has a very special mentality. I know he's a champion, and that makes him stronger, a very hard opponent. I know what I do have and what I will have to face in the ring. I see him as a great champion, and I know about his mind. But I am an elite fighter. I will prepare 100%, and I will be there, ready to give you a great win. So my other question is, if you believe this will be your last 160-pound fight. We saw what you did with Rocky Fielding. If you do have a great win, do you think this is going to be your last 160-pound fight? No. This is the weight in which I feel the most comfortable. I think I'm going to stay in this weight for a long time. But of course, I would like to face different challenges like a 168 pound. But for now, I am good in here. Jorge Lara for Multimedios Deportes. Saúl, do you see in the middle or the long term a fight here in Mexico? Would you do it? And why not? Like in a scenario like El Estadio Azteca, the Aztec Stadium. I have not considered that possibility, but I have always said that coming to Mexico to fight was one of my top priorities. Now it's more difficult for me because of my agenda, but coming to Mexico has always been a great honor to me because I always feel I am fighting for Mexico. Saúl Emanuel Campa for Imagen. I would like to ask you if you see a possibility of a knockout against Danny Jacobs. His last knockout was 9 years ago. Are you looking for a knockout or are you looking for a 12-round fight? I can tell you that every fighter that goes into the ring, you are always looking for the knockout. It's a spectacular way to win, and people love it. Of course, I'm going to look for a knockout, but I'm going to prepare 100%. I'm going to prepare for a 12-round fight. Saúl Osiris Mende, have you thought to celebrate 3 fights this year in May, September, and maybe December? My objective right now is May and September. Those are the dates I have. After those fights, after the fight on May the 4th, I will see the way I feel. Preparing is very hard work. You need to rest. But if everything is right, maybe yes, why not? Thank you to all the media. Your presence is very important for the coverage of this great event. Now, this is the moment of the face-to-face between Saúl El Canelo Álvarez and Danny Jacobs. We will have more than time enough for the photographs. Saúl is taking his belts. Danny is taking his belt, the IBF belt.
Ahí los tienes, precisamente, Lama, a los protagonistas del próximo día 4 de mayo.
Here we have the fighters that will meet this May 4th. Champions, middleweight champions. We know this is going to be a historic fight for boxing. We have a great fight this May 4th. This is face-to-face. We know boxing is alive.
Ahí está el face-to-face justamente entre Saúl Canelo Álvarez y Daniel Jacobs.
This was the face-to-face between Saúl El Canelo Álvarez and Danny Jacobs. Thank you all for being here in the House of Boxing in Box Azteca. Let us remember that this fight will be on May the 4th between Saúl El Canelo Álvarez and Daniel Jacobs. Thank you, Oscar de la Hoya, Joe Markowski, Mauricio Sulaimán, Eddie Hearn, Keith Connolly, André Rosier, José Chepo Reynoso, Eddie Reynoso, Danny Jacobs, Saúl El Canelo, and Mr. Ciurana, Alberto Ciurana. Thank you very much for your attendance.